In December of 1997, a guerrilla group called ELN took over a town called Mogotes, with the only purpose of kidnapping the mayor. Tired of living in terror, but also of the corruption in politics, its inhabitants expressed the rights they have based on the Colombian Constitution. I have learned about the Constitution. First of all, that we have a sovereignty. And we started with the third article of the Colombian Constitution, which states that the people are in charge of the sovereignty, from which the public empowerment comes from.
Dice que la soberanía reside exclusivamente en el pueblo.
The representatives are in charge of making it possible.
Se ejerce directamente.
Here, in Mogotes, we are taking charge of this right. This is a fundamental principle of the Colombian Constitution that fills us with motivation to become part of it and participate.
El saber de que en un pueblo no manda uno solo.
To know that in a town not only one person rules, nor does the person we choose to represent us. But we have the right to also control those who we have chosen to be in power. Because if we don't pay close attention, there might be administrative problems, and if the person in power does not feel the type of pressure, he does whatever he wants. Making a conscientious use of this sovereignty, we can advance in an integral development.
Juntos haremos la historia, vámonos. Juntos haremos la historia.
At the beginning, we didn't want to be involved in the town politics. We just stayed and watched everything that was going on with the traditional political parties. There was a lot of unhappiness within the people. So we said, what do we do? Let's wait and see what happens. That gave us time to think things over and realize that it was necessary for our young people to get involved in the political life of the town. Then, one day we got together with our young ones and elders to decide rather if it would be worth to get involved or not. But if we did, we wouldn't do it in any of the two traditional parties.
No tenía sentido, pero que no lo hacíamos matriculándonos ni en el Partido Liberal ni en el Partido Conservador.
Se ha organizado una asamblea constituyente.
Fundamentalmente,
basically, we just wanted to protest against the illegal groups taking over our town, because we don't believe that this is the solution for anything. But when we protest against this, we are also protesting against the corruption that has been taking over Mogotes for many years. And it was under that perspective that in the name of the Word of God, we invited the people of Mogotes to participate in the decision-makings of the town. And also, we invited them to a civil disobedience. Because we cannot continue obeying the corrupt people and letting them do whatever they want against the well-being of the community.
Obedeciendo a los corruptos y dejándolos que ellos actúen y obren a sus anchas contra el bien de la comunidad.
Desde Mogotes decimos a todita la nación, no es con guerras ni con balas, es con organización. Para el pueblo lo que es el pueblo, porque el pueblo se lo ganó. Para el pueblo lo que es el pueblo, para
sales tax. Tax on the telephone. Tax on commerce. Electricity tax. Income tax.
War tax!
Se logró primero elegir un alcalde.
Our
Un
first
alcalde de
achievement
conciencia,
was to
sin
be able to elect a
nada de
mayor,
dádivas,
to elect him
controlando de que no hubiera
conscientiously and without bribes,
por ahí por
controlling that there wouldn't be any way possible to buy any votes, whether it was cement, bricks, or even a pound of chocolate.
estar eligiendo.
That's what we called civil
Y no-
participation.
No dar un voto uno
Not only
como tan
to elect,
ciegamente.
but to know how to elect,
El otro
to
logro,
know why we are voting for this person.
el pueblo y la organización de la Asamblea Municipal Constituyente. ya-
Our second achievement
ya pueden
was that the
tomar
people of the town and the organization of the local democratic committee can now make decisions,
la
like
desarrollar,
controlling and
prevenir,
supervising the local administration,
saber-
to know what is what,
saber qué-
what are the resources that arrive to the town, and what are they invested in. These are all accomplishments that we had never had.
cantidad. Mejor dicho, ya
You
eso
can't really
son
see
logros
this
que acá
in many places,
no lo sabemos.
and that's what we need,
Y es que en muy pocas partes yo creo que se ve eso. Y
to
eso
be able to supervise what's ours and what belongs to the town.
para controlar lo que es de nosotros, lo que le corresponde al pueblo.
Y eso es lo que queremos nosotros.
And that's what all of us farmer wants here in Mogotes. And in all Santander, we want to be prosperous in our towns, our villages, and in all Colombia.
Cuando se deja que la opinión
When the opinion is taken into account and valued is when we begin to build democracy.
ahí es
Because at that moment is when the individuals begin to feel the need to work, to do things, and to
muy
push
cerca
on
¿de
development.
qué? De trabajar, de hacer cosas, de construir desarrollo.
Yo no entiendo mucho de política, esa cosa sí casi no.
I don't understand anything about politics. I don't understand much about it. But I think that we need people in all of the country and in all of the world that are able to make history. That's what I'm trying to do, to make history my way, with my wife, my kids, and even you that are watching this. I believe that there are a lot of people working for peace that the country doesn't know about, not even the media. But there are a lot of people working, there are a lot of people praying, and as small ants working together, these people are contributing to make peace become a reality.
A que esa paz sea una realidad.
Constituyentes, adelante, liberación. Campesinos, juventudes, adelante, liberación. La niñez, juntos haremos la historia, vámonos. Se oye un grito.
De esta asamblea de Mogotes a mí me ha gustado.
I have liked these town meetings a lot because we can share and we can work together in the town development. We can see what happens with the town resources because they were very badly distributed. There was a lot of corruption. I am interested in advancing in this process to see if we can all share equally like the first Christian communities did.
Nosotros no compartimos.
We said, we don't agree that the budget should only be discussed from behind a desk, so we did it. We started visiting villages and getting people together and telling them that we wanted the budget to be done by them, and we started developing everything. When the other council members saw what we were doing, and that the people were starting to wake up and getting involved, going to the meetings, they called the mayor and said to them, "Why don't you try to control that councilman who is visiting the villages and giving the people crazy ideas about getting to know the budget?" Then the mayor said to them, I cannot put a stop to this, because what he is doing is very real and for the people, and it wouldn't make sense if I told them to stop.
Muy para la gente. Yo no puedo decirle, usted no haga eso porque, hombre, no tiene sentido.
When I was elected mayor, and even during my campaign, the people demanded that the candidates truly fulfill the conditions they had promised. It was not about the one who talked the most or promised the most. They wanted a campaign where the elected person would be worthy of representing the needs of the town. The feeling of the people was so strong that the inhabitants, from the most illiterate to the one with the most education in town, gave a profile of exactly what they wanted their next councilman to be. They even dared to give a profile on how they wanted their public workers. They didn't want the mayor to choose them. They wanted to choose these people without looking at which political party they belonged to, who they knew, or where they were from. They only wanted people who fit the profile the community had given them.
Yo vengo a pararme aquí como buen santanderiano, a decirle a los presentes que este pueblo es soberano, que Mogotes y señores, una tierra comunera, que estamos organizados para hacer la patria nueva, que estamos organizados para hacer la patria nueva. Nuestra gente tiene casta, tiene herencia comunera, tiene galanes molinas, ortices también beltranes, gentes que no conocieron el miro frente a los truanes, de Mogote, Charalá, Simacota y otros lares, se vinieron a mostrarles para hacerles entender cuánto vale y cuánto cuesta ser nacido en Santander. Uy.
Ese tipo está envenenado, carajo.
Así como para el trabajo soy muy bueno y soy templado, en asuntos de la paz soy muy noble y delgado, con mi tiple yo le canto a la vida dulces versos, para derrotar la guerra y vivir bien como hermanos. No queremos los violentos, queremos vivir en paz, muy unidos lucharemos la experiencia popular. Nuestro pueblo mogotano tiene su constituyente, a elegir a los honestos, los capaces y valientes. Mucho tiempo hemos vivido sometidos a presión, queremos participar libremente sin promesas, para hacer del municipio que en verdad nos favorezca. Ay, abuelita, que bolera, y hasta Bogotá llegué, con mis quejas y reclamos, a todo el mundo encanté. Algunos me lo dijeron, mucho pingo que es usted, y casi que en la arrancada algo me desanimé. Pero pronto me repuse y aquí estoy bien afinado, comunero siempre firme, bien clarito pa' entender, pa' decirle cuánto vale ser nacido en Santander. Bogotano siempre firme, siempre listos a marchar.